Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry for the delay there, wrapping up episode 39. A couple things, just wanted to wrap up some life stuff to get to, and also was watching the end of the Tiger game. I'm really pumped about the real life Tigers. Again, I have no idea if this season's going to truly continue or not, but yeah, I'm really excited to see the Tigers are, I think, 5-3 right now, and uh, yeah, just playing really, really well. Had a big win again at home against Cincinnati. So in this game here, of course, we are at the July 31st. We are the day of the trade deadline. We started this game in episode 39. And again, just resuming it here, Tigers are now 4-1. They're currently 5.5 games back, about 7.5 back, I think, of the wild card. So every game really, really matters, especially as we try to figure out what we're going to do after this game with the trade deadline. So again, Miguel Cabrera, he is a candidate to be moved. It would be to the Nationals if we move him, who's a team that looks like they're approaching kind of locking up a playoff spot. I wouldn't say they're there yet. It's a pretty tight division there in the NL East. Cameron Maybin, another player potentially on the move. And the Tigers really interested in getting James Taillon from the Pirates. However, they are being very, very, I shouldn't say stingy, they're being very realistic in what they're asking for, which is either a package that includes Casey Mize or a package that includes a prospect as well, Matt Manning, neither of which I am wanting to give up in a deal like that. So that's kind of the latest, greatest, what's going on. But we're going to continue this game here. Looks like Mike Montgomery has just come in to relieve the young starter who was going for Kansas City, who was pitching actually really well. Bubic there, 4 innings he went, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, but he got out of a couple jams, so maybe that was the reason why they wanted to kind of pull the plug, get moving on to something else a little sooner. So, but Mike Montgomery, you can see his repertoire there, low 90s again, similar speeds, very similar pitcher to what we were just facing. Look at Mike Montgomery's ratings there on the left. I'm sorry, on the right, left-hand side of that right graphic, I guess. He's not anything special at all, so let's see if they can get some runs back here. Yeah, it looked easy there.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cameron Maybin.
Hanging curveball there, 18th home run on the year for Cameron Maybin. Again, this is a franchise that played every pitch of every game so far. It is July 31st of this franchise here, so in case you're new to this series. And again, if you're looking for the sliders that are being used, it is Legend difficulty across the board. The details of the sliders are up on Operation Sports forum, MLB The Show sliders section there on their forum. So I'm Mike Lowe, by the way. You can follow me on Twitter at MikeLowe47. This is the Sim Sports Gaming YouTube page. Thanks to all those who've been subscribing recently and get folks transferred over to the new page. So thanks, everyone. So 4-2, Tigers back on the board here. Getting a little closer.
Next for the Tigers, the center fielder, Lowe.
Another hanging breaking ball there. Joe Adell's got 3 hits today.
Now batting, shortstop, Nico. Good draw.
Got a single to right through the hole, a single to left to the hole, and then right up the middle through the hole. So finding a spot.
That's a ball. Count 1-0. Steal!
Just tried to foul that pitch off. He got a terrible jump, so we lucked out there. Definitely not a good pitch to swing at, but he was very late leaving.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Count 4.
Ooh, good pitch. Really good pitch.
Now batting, third baseman, Daniel Pinero.
First MLB start. Third career at bat here.
1-0.
Roger, that's a good question. Roger in the chat asked, how many times a game do you get a perfect? I mean, if we're talking average, like over the, say like a 25 game span, I'd say it's probably right around 1 or so. I mean, I have games where I get 2 or 3, and there's definitely games where I get 0.
The left fielder, number 4.
Maybe just a tick above 1. I have contact at 6 though, and on the slider for Legend, or on the slider post I mentioned, you can really use 5 or 6, just depending how good you are and or how good the team you are. I am a decent player. I mean, I'm not bad, but I'm not great at this game. I'm not a top streamer or anything like that. Again, just kind of approaching this series more from like a franchise management aspect and approach. And so, but yeah, no, it's a really good question. I haven't tracked it exactly, so that's just kind of going off of feel and just kind of an estimate. The game's getting closer here, top of the 6th. And let's take a look at what we might want to do here. We can really pitch just about anyone who's well rested, so I think we'll go with Lucas Sims. And the reason being, it is a day game today. Actually, it's not. Never mind. But we are behind, so sorry. The Lucas Sims, that little quirk will come into play and should benefit him. So.
Now pitching for the Tigers, number 39, Lucas.
So Roger, I can say with the perfects, I mean, I've hit into plenty of outs with them. I've hit home runs with them. I've, gotten just singles with them. It's a really, really nice variety. So, and I've done all those things without getting perfect, including home runs. So. Tigers played a 13-game inning yesterday, so our bullpen is a little gassed today. Really hoping to try and keep things in check here. But we did play the Royals, so they're kind of in a similar boat. I looked ahead actually to see what the endurance looked like before I started this game. I was actually going to carry 15 pitchers for this game. So we had a couple injuries actually, and so just for a day I was going to carry 15 pitchers, but there were enough guys who were well rested, so that's why you're seeing Daniel Pinero making his MLB debut.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, I haven't even thrown his best pitch yet. Lucas Sims came over in the Matthew Boyd trade. It was the first trade we made earlier this year with the Reds. Good pitch, Lucas Sims.
The center fielder, number 11, Bubba.
Sure, yeah, so Roger asks, he read that I don't over... Let's see, he says, and I read that you don't over the use of your thumbstick when hitting, but describe your use of it. So, I think I understand your question. I do use direction. I'm sorry, what's it called? I use zone hitting, right? But I have the cursor turned off because I just find it distracting, and you'll see this when I'm hitting. But I still move it. I mean, I'm obviously kind of always keeping the eye out for kind of a certain pitch, a certain location. Always kind of keeping an eye for a meatball that's kind of hung over the plate. The beauty of the zone hitting is you can just let go of that left cursor and it'll kind of center on a meatball pitch. And so if you can just recognize those and just time it up right, that will definitely help. So it just every hitter and really every situation in the game, I change the approach. It's just a little bit different. Sometimes I want to hit the right field, sometimes I want to hit the left, sometimes I want to put the ball in play, sometimes I'd rather strike out as opposed to roll into a double play or something like that. So it just really depends. So that probably didn't completely answer your question, but. And I've adjusted my general approach a few times throughout the season as we've gone through, cold spells and things like that. 6 games below 500, the Tigers are right now. But we went 16-9 in July. Last game here of July. Can't walk without a star. Come on now. This guy just called up for them as they traded Whit Merrifield for the Cubs. A really, really nice fit for the Chicago Cubs, who are again looking to be a potential playoff-bound team as of today. Let's throw that change up there. And definitely, if you guys do have questions, let me know. I usually answer those in between innings or while I'm pitching, not so often when I'm hitting. But I will be curious everyone's thoughts about, what do we do with Miguel Cabrera? The Nationals are interested in a trade. We'd be taking some expiring contracts. Obviously, we'd get rid of his $31 million contract, which is very beneficial, but he's been a damn good player for us. Certainly not worth $31 million. The other thing is that really a fair trade? Like, should the Nationals be making that move? They do need a first baseman, but I mean, is this going to cripple that team, or what's going to happen with that? Good foul. All right, Lucas Sims, let's get the strikeout here. There we go. Good job, Mr. Sims. Well, the slider set always just, again, looking for realism. Really, it's just trying to get the most realistic experience out of the game that we can. So, bullpen's ready to go here. Well, a good inning for Xavier Cedeno up.
Off the plate, ball 1. No, inside.
I think they didn't kill him if they change it. Looks like a change up, but sinker. Takes him off the bat.
Now batting, right fielder, Victor.
Yeah, Roger, the stick can definitely be distracting. I mean, use that practice mode. I still use it. I've been playing this game since it came out, over 10 years now. I still go into practice mode every once in a while. And pro players go into the batting cages still, Don't feel bad about doing something like that. It's a big error. It's the leadoff guy on. It's the 9-hitter on, too.
Inside, ball 1.
A lot of late action on that cutter. Good bunter in Reyes, but I don't think this is the position I want to try here. Fun for hit, that is. Reyes, not a big walker, but does have a walk today. Get through. Tough play. A nice play with a shortstop.
Now batting, catcher, Victor Gerardini.
Doug, I don't know. Doug asked, what are the possible penalties for not finishing 500 or better? Yeah, that's my GM goal for this season is to finish over 500, quote unquote. I don't know. I don't think I'll be fired because they look more at the contractual goal, which is to make the playoffs in 3 years. So I don't feel pretty good about that, but certainly if we can do it in year 1, that'd be great. So let's see. 2-hitter up here, 1 out, man on first. That was a really nice play by their shortstop. What are they looking to steal here? We got some good hitters coming out. So many base runners. Who even is their catcher right now? I don't think Perez has played the last 2 games. I don't know if he's hurt or something. It's really weird. I don't think he's been in the lineup the last couple games. Or actually, maybe he is today because... Let's see. Oh yeah, he is. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to run a Salvador Perez unless I have a really good base runner. Oh, why did I swing at that?
We got full count.
Oh, dude, what are you doing? Did have a steal on there. Your team, another trade we made, I don't know, a week ago or so now? Before the trade deadline there from the Cubs. Basically the Cubs' third string catcher who they had on the trade block, and I found that's been a pretty good piece for this team. Both now and in the future, so talk about that on a couple screens. Let him swing 3-0 with the bases loaded earlier in the game. Hit a deep fly ball. I thought it was a home run. Would have been a grand slam, but stayed in the park. Oh, terrible swing. Just been one of those funks lately, just taking a lot of bad swings. Doug, that's really the only trade that would make sense. I think the Cardinals or somebody, it was a non-playoff team. It made sense to me. The Nationals are actually a decent fit for him. It's just getting stuck with a rough contract.
The second baseman, Nicky Lopez. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Tigers.
63rd game for Xavier Cedeno. Taking 8 losses this year.
The right fielder, number 12, Jorge Soler.
On one. They're down 21. Two balls, one strike, count.
Now batting, designated hitter, Hunter Joseph.
That's a ball. What's that?
Long run for Joe Bill.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the traditional 7th inning stretch. Leading up for the Padres, the second baseman, Jonathan. Go!
Lots of base ones.
Count. Ball, that's down.
Oh, gosh. Ah, change-ups today. It's silly.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cameron Maybin.
One out.
Let's swing it in. Forcing it. Really want to win this game.
Now batting,
But that's not the way to win.
center fielder,
Can't
Joe
force, push on his
Adele.
side.
Ball one, no strike. One ball, one strike.
Doesn't have the speed there.
Leading off for the Warriors, the catcher, number 13, Salvador Perez.
1-0. Nope, that's a ball. I got 2-1 to count. He's out.
Now batting, number 66.
One to count. Count. 0-2. Got it.
The third baseman, number 7, Michael Bronco. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Tigers, number 45, Buck Farmer.
One and one.
Three-pitch repertoire for Ian Kennedy, 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
For the Tigers, the shortstop, Nico Woodruff.
Hang on. That time. Ball one.
That's a contact swing. Oh, gosh. Thought that was going to carry out on a contact.
The batter, the third baseman.
Doug asks, has Joe Jimenez been good at closing games since we traded Aredis Vizcaino, who's 25 for 25 before we moved him to the Angels and part of the Joe Adell trade. All-star closer for the American League. Yeah, he's been perfect. So we have not had a closer blow a save this entire season, knock on wood. Kind of wild, right?
What do you got?
Hey, it's first major league hit. There we go.
the batter, the left fielder, Montgomery. Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Tigers. Number 40.
Guy's been a legend in this streaming series, pinch hitting. Just in general. Hasn't had a good year, but he has hit some clutch home runs. There's another clutch hit.
Next to the Tigers, the right fielder, Reyes.
With the injury to Delano DeShields Jr. now, he does start against righties with a lefty going today. He was on the bench, available to pinch hit there, so good spot.
Now pitching for the Royals, number 58, Scott Garner.
Right-handed hitters hitting him very well, and yeah, we are going to substitute, I believe. Christian Stewart's speed here, 43, not very good. Brock Deathridge, who can come in and play left field, obviously.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now running
That's the other guy we called up today.
Number 41.
Just a little speed again with DeShields Jr. getting hurt and Candelario getting hurt in yesterday's game. Had a couple of roster spots open up. Not a very good fielding pitcher. Again, I bring that up because maybe it's a bunt for hit situation here. Let's look at his repertoire. Slider, fastball, a couple of fastballs and a curveball. You definitely strike guys out. There. Oh, try to give ourselves two chances to drag this run in. I think I was tired, but maybe it's needing an out or so. Oh, on that. Looking for a bad throw, going to send it home.
Now batting, the catcher, Victor Gerardini.
Couldn't get the cursor up there in time.
Your attention, please. This change defensively for the Tigers. Now playing left field, number 41. Leading up for Kansas City, the left fielder, number 4, Alex Gordon.
Yeah! 0-1's the count. One ball, one strike. Ball two. We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Ooh, damn. Wasn't expecting that from Alex Gordon.
Now batting, the center fielder, Bubba Starling.
0-1.
Now batting, the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
Outside, that's the ball. Count is 2-1. Ball left.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Nicky Lopez. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Tigers, number 63, Nick Ramirez.
Nope, ball 1. Aye. Ready to count 2-2.
Another lefty comes on here. Good to see Miguel Cabrera's last at bat for the Tigers.
The first baseman, Miguel.
Tim Hill. Couple fastball slider and a changeup.
Cabrera.
Oh, 1 to the count. The count is 1-2. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Damn. Keep moving that cursor in the weird places.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jonathan. Go!
No, that's down.
2 strikeouts and a walk today. Not good.
Aye.
The designated hitter, number 4, Padres, Lowe.
Ball one, no strike. Hey! Hey! 1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
Over. Quick work in the ninth. Well, let's see how slider set 2.3, Vision 2.3 did in the batting average ball and play calculator.
First for the victorious
Kansas City first year with 33 bats.
7 hits, 2 errors. They left 6 men on base.
2 home runs.
For the Tigers,
1 sac fly, only 5
9
strikeouts
hits,
today.
no errors. They left 11
So their batting average ball and play was actually really low, 185.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours.
Everything they hit was an extra base hit. Look at that. 5 hits. They didn't have a single today.
We remind you to please drive home safely.
They're a pretty bad team, so not really much to make of with that. So 2 errors in the game total. It's about what you typically see on average, you say. 2 total errors. This happens to be from one team today. And then if we calculate the batting average and ball and play for the Tigers, 37 at bats, 9 hits, 1 home run, no sac flies, and they struck out 7 times. Let's split difference. 9 hits. Ours was 276, so yeah, tough loss. Royals has 60% strike. First pitch 49, actually really low. 54% strike for the Tigers, only 50 on the first pitch, so we definitely threw a lot more balls today. Foul ball percentage, these are all statistics that we look at to balance the slider set. That's up in Operation Sports, so 16% foul ball for the Tigers, 15% is about average, 13 for the Royals, so again, across the game we saw a good amount. Swings and misses, the Royals were spot on, 21%, even though they only struck out 5 times, they still swung and missed about what you'd see in a typical baseball game or so. Again, they don't always have to be that perfectly balanced. 28 for the Tigers, a little high. Again, we saw a lot of this change-up bad swing, so this day, yeah, bummer of a lost game we probably could have won, but we did not. So that's how it goes. Hill's delivery didn't bug me. Like I said, I've talked about it in some other streams, but I don't watch a windup. It doesn't matter. All I do is watch the release point and just think of it like a pitching machine. I don't care what the guy's doing before the ball's released. As long as even if you have to take that first pitch, just watch where he releases it from. And that's it. It's just like using a hitting machine. I don't give a damn about the windup. So, yeah. So anyway, that's a bit of a tough loss there, but we gotta really see where the Tigers are at here. I forgot to update those during the game there, but that's okay. So let's save this before we do anything, because if we do make trades, they need to be done before I advance. Oh, well, so where are we sitting here now? We're 6 games back. Let's look at today's games. Simulate all these at least. So the White Sox beat Cleveland, so Cleveland did not pick up any ground on us. I'm just going to play that one. So this will give us an exact picture of where we stand here at the end of the day. Even though the trade deadline usually happens before the games on this day, we can fib a little bit. So the White Sox actually moved back in the first. We are now 6.5 back. Yeah, it's borderline. 7 back in the wild card. So again, you're looking at close to 2 months. You'd probably need to make up that ground. It is probably unlikely. This is a tough decision. Let's save that again really quick. Well, so again, some of the trades we're looking at would be the Nationals. We're actually chasing the Marlins. Look at that. Both teams barely above, they're right around 500. As far as the wild card, they're a game and a half. So I mean, they're definitely in the mix, and they're the team that would be interested in Miguel Cabrera. We are getting just a bunch of garbage back. It would just be to get rid of that contract. And I don't know. I mean, he's obviously regressing, but he's still done really well for us this year. I mean, not great, 768. He's certainly not worth the 31 million. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to get rid of that contract. Obviously, it would free us up quite a bit. Boy, it'd be the end of the Miguel Cabrera era with the Tigers. But anyway, this is so even if I just, of course, if I search for prospects, we won't get anything. No one can afford it. So if I just do all, we usually get a couple teams, and only one team really makes sense. I think the other team is usually the Cardinals. Yeah, and they're just not a playoff team. I mean, it makes no sense for them. But this would be the trade. So it'd be Kurt Suzuki, Annabelle Sanchez, and Royness Elias. So let's take a look at those guys here. Oops, let's redo that here. I mean, nothing. This is like an NBA trade, so in a way. So if you cancel it, it'll keep the players there. So Annabelle Sanchez, again, I mean, would he be an expiring contract? Would he even pitch for us? How's he done this year? He's actually done okay. But I don't even know if I'd want him taking up a roster spot at this point. If we ended up trading maybe Jordan Zimmerman or something, maybe he could take over that role. But again, just an expiring contract. There's absolutely nothing we'd really need. A lefty arm who's 31, arbitration eligible, makes some money. I'm not sure if I'd want to re-sign him, but he's not bad. He has not pitched in the majors this year, but he has pitched with some success. So we would actually be getting something back. Nice having a night player quirk, because again, we don't have anybody like that, and obviously the Tigers play a lot of night games, so he's actually not too bad. And then we get Kurt Suzuki, who I believe is another expiring contract. Doing okay, just kind of a guy, but could certainly come in. Actually, he'd be a really good complement. I mean, we'd still have Romine though, but he'd be a good complement to bat against lefties. But his defense is so bad. This is probably a guy I would just stash in the minors. If one of our catchers got hurt, we could bring him up, but I don't think I'd even have him. I mean, maybe he's a pinch hitter, but I just can't have a guy catching with that bad at blocking. It's brutal. He's a good pinch hitter though. So that'd be the deal. It's what I'm curious is, let's reset this here. Is there a team that would just, and again, we don't have to trade Jordan Zimmerman. I mean, he's been actually okay, and his contract's up in 2 months, so it's not super pressing. And again, he's actually done all right. But I'm just curious, what if we just got rid of kind of our last, veteran pieces here? I don't think I can trade. I guess we just keep Romine, which is fine. I mean, obviously we won't get prospects for this, but I always like to check. Is there anybody who would take all 50-something million on? Nope. Alright, so what about just those guys? part of this is, again, just checking the trade engine in the game. So let's see, what about, can we get something better if we include Cameron Maybin? Because if we're going to trade Cabrera, we might as well trade Cameron Maybin. Again, he's not going to bring much more back, if anything. He's had a good statistical year, but I mean, I don't think teams, oh, we do have some more teams, so actually have quite a few more teams interested. But again, we got to make sure that they're playoff teams. So let's go take a look at the standings again. So if we look at the East, it's the Red Sox. I mean, are the Yankees even really in the mix for anything? I guess so. Maybe a wild card. They obviously have the money for them. And I saw Oakland was the other team. I just can't see Oakland taking on that contract. 11.5 games back. 1.5 for the wild card. Just kind of go one league at a time here. It's hard to remember all the different teams that show interest. So Yankees and Athletics, Rangers, and the Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Padres. So Yankees are I'd say, a maybe. Oakland and Rangers, they have a losing record. Athletics are barely above. Probably going to say no to the Rangers. The Athletics, I don't know. I'd have to really look at that roster. That doesn't make a ton of sense. The National League, it was the Cardinals just don't make any sense. They're 4 games below 500. Only 3 games out of the wild card, so I guess you could make an argument. And then the Padres are just horrendous. And then the Diamondbacks are a good team for sure. They're playing really well. So I could definitely see the Diamondbacks. Upcoming free agents is asked in the chat. So let's see. Can you actually see that? I mean, they show you like the top 3. Let's see what these teams are offering though. And then also, would these actually be good fits? Because that's part of it too, right? We don't want just $31 million Miguel Cabrera to sit on their bench. So let's look at what the Yankees are offering here. So they're sending back a right fielder. Now, Cameron Maybin obviously would not start above Judge. He wouldn't start even above these 2 guys. And I don't see what they would want Cameron Maybin for, but let's see, what about first base? I mean, he's putting up better numbers than Cabrera, technically. This deal just doesn't make any sense. Unless they're just getting rid of like some garbage they don't want or something, or is overpaid, but there's nothing. He's hurt for 6 months. It doesn't make any sense. 37-year-old and makes 17. So yeah, they want to just, I guess, maybe consolidate some contracts, but he's actually pitched really well. 23 games, only 1 start with 2.79 ERA. This trade just doesn't make a lot of sense. Zach Britton obviously would be a really nice piece, but $13 million a year. I'm gonna say no to the Yankees. This doesn't make any sense. Oops. Athletics, just for Chris Davis. Interesting. Let's see. Definitely underachieving. He's a free agent at the end of the year. I mean, I have really no interest in him as far as like his player makeup. And I just don't think Oakland would take on that contract. It just doesn't make sense either. So I'm going to say no to them. We'll look at the Rangers offer, but again, I think they're a little bit too far back. So they're offering Shin-Soo Choo, expiring contract. I mean, okay. Where would they put Cameron Maben? He would not be starting. They could use Cabrera. I mean, they're not getting much out of their starting first baseman right now. But again, they're not even a playoff team. I'm going to check out Oakland's first baseman too, yeah. So they don't really need a first baseman either. So yeah, the Rangers don't make any sense either. So then the other teams, let's see. A couple National League West teams and then the Cardinals. Kim and Carpenter. I'm not interested in this trade. They could use Cameron Maben though. And they were interested in just. They offered me this trade. It was Miguel Cabrera for John Torres. So that is one to consider. Could they use a first baseman? No, not really. So it'd probably be a DH situation. Or obviously, what I'm talking about, they don't have a DH. Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, he's signed forever. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So Diamondbacks could be a match. Let's save the Diamondbacks for last. Let's check out Padres because I don't really think they're going to be a good fit either. Does Cabrera fit? Hosmer's hurt, but not very long. Put up similar numbers. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be able to invest this much money. So that trade just doesn't make sense. They really don't need Cameron Maben, so yeah, that takes care of them. Can they use Cameron Maben? Let's put up decent numbers. He'd be like a fourth outfielder, potentially. Not even. They don't need him either. It's really that. So we saw the Nationals deal with the expiring contracts, and they're a pretty decent lefty reliever. The other trades, trying to remember how I got offered that outfielder for the Cardinals. Let's see if it was this. So Brett Cecil hasn't pitched in a few years, making a ton of money. Definitely be a project. I don't want to take on a worse contract. So they don't want Cameron Maben. Fair enough. I'm going to check one more thing here. I can't remember what the Cardinals were offering me. Or I should say what they wanted for this guy, so I'm just curious. Yeah, there it was. It must have been Cameron Maben. It's the only one. So, do they have a use for him, though? Oh, they actually might. Yeah, that's actually not a bad trade. So, what I'm thinking is it would be something like this. That was the guy I saw from Cameron Maben who seemed to make somewhat sense. Just a piece. We'll see. So that trade makes sense. So that's what we do for Cameron Maben. And I'm just seeing. So again, if we did Cabrera, then the Cardinals are still interested. So it would be like that. So that obviously frees up, what, 2 roster spots? Yeah. Could also be shopping around Jonathan Scope. But I would like to re-sign him. He's been really good for us. He's a good defender, too. Still improving. Looking at our draft picks, we do have Charles Dawson, so he will have some secondary positions re-show up. He's not going to be a great positional player, it looks like, but probably would slot at first base if he wasn't a DH. So moving Cabrera could make sense. I think this guy will definitely play for us next year at some point. I don't really think we have any other hitters. I think the only other guy who might, he could be a backup catcher, but I don't like his defense. Danny Gilbert, good defender, can run the bases, but again, just 20. But Charles Dawson definitely will. First overall pick in the draft there. Curious, we get some nice offers for Jonathan Scope for sure. Just see what's out there. So, just looking for the letter A for now. We got Chance Cisco. A little old though, still not really producing. Definitely get some nice offers. This guy's hurt, but so yeah, I guess things to think about. I guess, like I said, I made those trades. I don't really consider them final just yet. I'm going to kind of sit on it and think for a little bit, but gonna wrap that up though, because it's getting late, and I want to just kind of move on to some other stuff here. But yeah, interesting thoughts. If you have some thoughts on whether the Tigers should keep those trades we just made, continue to make more, or neither, let me know. I'd be curious to hear. But again, I'm Mike Lowe. You can follow me on Twitter, Mike Lowe47. We've been streaming this franchise series all year long since April. 2 months to go, playing every pitch of every game, and of course the trade deadline tonight. So those are the big decisions that are looming. I think I'll probably just sleep on it a little bit and then make a final decision in the morning. So if you want to leave a comment, feel free. That'd be awesome. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll be pinged the next time we stream, which will probably be this weekend at some point. So, and we'll talk about what we did. So again, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.